A day in the life of ancient Rome in 117 AD. Imagine yourself transported back in time to the year 117 AD during the glorious reign of Emperor Trajan. Rome, the eternal city, is at the peak of its power and splendor. With a population of over 1 million people, it is a bustling metropolis of marble temples, crowded insulae, grand forums, and vibrant streets. This is not a quiet day in a small town. This is the beating heart of the Roman Empire, where every hour brings new sights, sounds, smells, and stories. Let us walk through one complete day in ancient Rome, from the first light of dawn to the last flicker of oil lamps at midnight, experiencing the lives of ordinary and extraordinary citizens alike. The day is filled with hard work, social interactions, relaxation in the baths, entertainment, feasts, and quiet reflection, all without any background music, focusing purely on the visual and sensory world of the time. Dawn breaks gently over the 7 hills. The first soft rays of sunlight touch the red-tiled roofs of the tall insulae apartment blocks in the Suburra district. In a simple third-floor room, a leather worker named Lucius wakes up on his straw mattress. The air is cool and slightly damp, carrying the faint scent of the nearby Tiber River. He stretches his arms, stands up, and pulls on his plain wool tunic. No luxurious breakfast awaits him. He descends the narrow wooden stairs to the shared courtyard, where neighbors are drawing fresh water from the fountain, supplied by the great aqueducts. Lucius washes his face and drinks a cup of cool water. His morning meal is humble, a piece of coarse bread and a few olives. He steps out into the street as the city begins to awaken. Shopkeepers throw open their wooden shutters with loud creaks, and the baker next door starts kneading dough in his taberna, the wood-fired oven glowing red and filling the alley with the irresistible aroma of fresh bread. Street vendors light their charcoal braziers to grill sausages, sending curls of smoke into the morning sky. Donkeys laden with amphorae of wine and oil clatter past, their drivers shouting to clear the path. As the sun climbs higher, the grand Roman Forum comes to life with energy.
Senators in flowing white togas trimmed with purple borders walk purposefully toward the Basilica Julia, engaged in serious discussions about laws, provinces, and the recent victories in Dacia. Their voices echo off the massive marble columns. Merchants unpack their stalls, displaying olives, wine, exotic spices from the east, and fine silks. The air buzzes with the sounds of haggling and the clink of bronze coins. A disciplined legionary in his larica segmentata armor stops at a street stall to buy bread, his short sword at his side. The harsh midday sun will soon beat down, but for now, the Forum is a place of business and politics. Mid-morning is the time for labor across the city. At a construction site on the outskirts, teams of workers haul massive stone blocks for a new aqueduct, using ropes and pulleys under the bright sun. Dust rises in clouds as they sweat and strain. In the Fullenica laundries, workers tread cloth in large vats filled with a mixture of water and urine, the rhythmic movement strong and industrial, steam rising from the vats.
A scribe in a quiet office nearby focuses intently on engraving legal documents on wax tablets with a stylus, surrounded by piles of papyrus scrolls, the atmosphere calm and intellectual. The sun reaches its zenith, and the heat becomes intense on the Via Sacra. People seek shade under the porticos. Many head to the public thermae for relief. The grand entrance of the baths welcomes men with marble steps and visible steam. Inside the caldarium, the hot room, they sit on benches and sweat heavily, then use strigils to scrape their skin clean. The Palestrea courtyard sees dynamic wrestling matches between oiled men, dust and effort in the air. The frigidarium offers a refreshing cold plunge, the water splashing against blue mosaic tiles. In the tepidarium, citizens relax on benches, chatting about daily life, while one man reads a scroll in a quiet niche, the soft light from windows creating a peaceful scene. Lunchtime reveals the social divide. For the working class like Lucius, it is a simple meal of pulse porridge eaten alone on a bench by the Tiber River, the water flowing calmly in the background. For a wealthy patrician in his domus on the Palatine Hill, the meal is more elaborate, with servants bringing platters in the triclinium. The afternoon is for excitement and training. At the Circus Maximus, chariot horses gallop on the track during practice, kicking up dust clouds in thrilling speed. In the gladiator ludus yard, a retiarius spars against a secutor with wooden weapons, the trainer watching closely as they practice combat drills. A street barber shaves a customer in an open taberna, the razor glinting in the sun. On a rooftop, a fuller hangs dyed togas to dry, the colorful fabrics waving in the breeze, with a panoramic view of the city. As the sun begins to set over the Tiber, cargo boats unload grain at the docks, the orange light reflecting on the water in a tranquil scene. Evening crowds enter Popinae Tiberns in the Subura, oil lamps being lit as men order wine and relax. In a wealthy home, the cena begins with men reclining on couches, servants bringing fish and other delicacies. Night falls. A night watchman patrols the dark streets with a torch, shadows playing on the insula walls. A man stands on a balcony, gazing at the starry sky above the rooftops.
In the Campus Martius, soldiers drill in the morning mist the next day, but for now, the city quiets. A philosopher lectures under a portico. A merchant displays spices. A blacksmith hammers in his forge. The rain sometimes falls, making cobblestones wet and reflective. In autumn, markets sell grapes. Winter brings frost on columns. Spring brings flowers along the Appian Way. But on this day, it is sunny and vibrant. A senator dictates letters in his tablinum. Fishmongers work at the port. Public latrines see casual conversations. A man feeds pigeons at dusk. Tavern dice games happen under lamplight. A household libation is poured at the lararium. Booksellers trade in the argulatum. A carpenter saws wood. Philosophers debate in the evening. The Colosseum site shows workers resting. The matron oversees the kitchen. A legionary writes a letter in barracks. A street busker performs visually. Dawnlight hits the Pantheon's oculus. Dice games are tense. A boatman rows on the Tiber. A priest arranges offerings. A tenant climbs stairs with an oil jar. A man enjoys the breeze on the Esquiline. Men warm at a brazier in winter. A copyist illuminates manuscripts. Vigiles patrol. An orator speaks in the forum. A garden is serene. A bridge is crossed at night. A barber works in Subura. Grapes are pressed in autumn. A soldier buys sandals. A lamp is lit in a poor apartment. Aqueduct repairs happen high up. A money changer counts coins. Gladiators enter the school at dusk. People shelter from rain. Sunrise hits the Palatine. The fish market bustles. A philosopher walks at night. The grain dole line forms. A lesson uses an abacus. Evening prayer happens at the Lauriarium. And finally, the panoramic view from the Janiculum hill shows the city twinkling with oil lamps under the moon, bringing a peaceful end to the day. Additionally, the variety of seasons adds flavor too. Rainy mornings with people hurrying under cloaks, autumn harvest markets with grapes and figs, winter frost on forum columns with breath visible in cold air, and spring flowers blooming along the Appian Way for travelers. All these elements make every day unique yet part of the grand Roman routine. This single day in ancient Rome captures the diversity, energy, and timeless spirit of the city.
From labor to leisure, from politics to prayer, Rome lived fully every day, building an empire that still influences our world today. The contrast between the rich and poor, the grand and the gritty, the public spectacles and private moments makes it an unforgettable experience. As the moon rises, the city rests, ready for the next dawn in the eternal city.